When I was 12 years old, I inherited a mysterious briefcase from a great-grandfather I had actually never met. It was old and it was wood, it had these sharp corners, and a latch on it that was rusty closed. So I did what any kid with way too much curiosity and no regard for household property would do. I grabbed a butter knife and I went to town on the lock. 5 minutes later, I had a mangled butter knife that I threw in my neighbor's yard to hide from my mom, and I had an open briefcase. And this is where the briefcase transformed from just being a mysterious briefcase into a magic portal. Inside was an old wooden paint palette streaked with color, the explosion of ancient, crinkled-looking tubes of paint and brushes of all sizes. I'd always been a maker. From the time I was 9 years old, I was cobbling together bikes out of junkyard parts and duct tape that my parents called creative and my neighbor called rolling lawsuits. But pretty much anything I could get my hands on was just fodder for these diabolical maker projects. But this painting kit, this was different. So I took the box, I hauled it down to my mom's pottery studio in the basement, and I set up an old door on top of stacks of boxes. I set up the painting kit and my boom box over here with Don't Stop Believin' on repeat, because it really helped. And over time, I taught myself how to paint. First on paper, then on canvas, and then eventually, because it was the 80s and acid wash denim was life, on jean jackets. Album covers were my go-to. So when I painted, the world just disappeared. I got lost in the smell of linseed oil, the rumble of a brush on canvas. I wasn't just making art. I was, in a way, making and remaking myself with every stroke. Building a relationship with the paint, the canvas, the brushes, the way a baker might commune with flour, butter, and eggs. Working with my hands took me somewhere I never wanted to leave. Not somewhere out here, but home to myself. And then, as often happens, life happened. Heading into college, I traded working with my hands for working with my head, as so many of us do. Screens and keyboards replaced brushes and markers, and then heading into the world of work, deliverables and devices replaced raw materials and actual physical objects, and it served me well. Over time, I built businesses, brands, media, all meaningful to me, all things I'm really proud of. In fact, my podcast, which I've been blessed to host for over 14 years now, has been remarkably rewarding. Even though it exists only in the ether, you can't touch and feel it. Though, consistently over the entire period, the comment that we keep getting over and over and over is some variation of, dude, I just want to tell you, I freaking love your show. I listen every night. It puts me right to sleep. This is not a sleep podcast. Apparently something about the sound of my voice makes people not want to be conscious anymore. So if you nod off during our talk today, don't be embarrassed. Apparently that's on me, not you. Still, making in the digital space, it's been great for me. And yet, the whole time, there's been a feeling of almost like being hollow, like a low-grade grief there. It would take decades to understand what the loss beneath the longing was. In my early 50s, I decided, partly as a dare to myself, to spend a month working with a luthier. This is somebody who builds guitars, learning how to build a guitar with my own hands. And as I worked on this amber sapelli wood, and it started to take the shape and form of a guitar, something that had been sleeping just jolted awake inside of me. And I realized for the first time, the thing I'd been quietly mourning was the 12-year-old maker I'd left behind. Working with my hands was like an ignition switch for my soul, an antidote to a screen-based existence I didn't know was the disease. Now here's the thing. This isn't just my story. We have, in a rush towards productivity, traded our maker soul for the endless scroll. And now AI is deepening the chasm. I mean, look, your favorite chatbot, it can spit out a screenplay faster than Scorsese on Red Bull. I typed just a short little prompt into AI the other day, and seconds later, it kicked out an illustration of a sunset. I mean, lush with color and texture. It was beautiful, truly. But was I proud of it? The way I was when I toiled for weeks, painting an album cover on a jean jacket, or held the guitar that I built in my hands? Not even close. Did the experience teach me anything about myself or how to be in the world? No. See, here's what we're missing. We don't make things simply to have them exist in the world. We make things because the process of creation changes us. The hard, often sustained work of creation, it teaches us how to dream, how to navigate uncertainty in adversity, how to overcome failure, how to work with elements not easily in our control. It teaches us how to build not just beautiful things, but also beautiful lives. It makes us better people and our lives better places to inhabit. So when we tap AI screens and machines to strip most of the work of the process creation, we unwittingly annihilate the possibility to be changed by the experience. Now, this is a part of the talk where you expect me to say that AI is evil, and maybe it's time that we should all hold hands and do a group AI exorcism. I mean, I'm open to it if you're game, but I don't think it's necessary. Truth is, I love AI. I work with it every day for work and life. AI is here to stay, and it can make so many things better. But it's on us to draw the line between where AI makes our work and lives better and easier, and where it makes them smaller and grayer. And to hold on to or reclaim the parts that make us feel alive. Well, the question is, well, how? One powerful answer has been staring us in the face. It's about powering down our devices and powering up our hands. Returning to craft, building things you can touch and feel, things that drop us back into our bodies, things that unfold over time in their own time. Things that aren't just about productivity and efficiency, but about discovery and delight. So when I built that guitar, it was incredible in its own right. I loved the experience. It reconnected me with something powerful. And it also became a gateway for me that took me back to making in my life, to working with my hands, to drawing, to painting, more recently to metalsmithing, and on occasion, generally around once a year, new home construction even. So here's what I come to believe. In a world of AI and algorithms, coming home to craft, it's not just a hobby. This is a reclamation, an act of resistance. This is not nostalgia, it's survival. Your hands remember what your mind has forgotten. It's time to come home to the part of yourself that you kind of pushed over to the side years ago in the name of being a, quote, adult, because your 12-year-old self, they're still in there waiting, probably with glitter stuck to their face and rubber cement on their fingertips, remembering that the streetlights just came on and wondering, when are you going to come home to make cool stuff again? So, here's my invitation. Tomorrow, pick up something that doesn't have a battery or a plug. Pen, paper, fabric, clay, whatever speaks to you. Don't worry about skill. Don't worry about perfection. This is not about creating a masterpiece. It's about coming home to what makes you feel alive. The truth is, AI is going to get faster and better. But AI will never let you inhale the lush aroma of warm sourdough folding under the weight of your hands as you knead it into something you can touch and taste and share. AI will never let you get lost in the hypnotic rhythm of knitting needles, working yarn into the sweetest sweater for a friend, a lover, a child. AI will never let you feel the wet grit of dirt in your hands as you plant a garden, or the coolness of clay as your imagination pours into it. It'll never let you have the experience of being shaped by the process as much as you shape it. Those feelings and experiences, they awaken something deeply primal in us. They're not just our birthright, they're our salvation. And at a time where it feels like we're all living in a snow globe that won't stop shaking, the simple joy of returning to our hands is also our sanctuary. Your 12-year-old self has been waiting, and they've got some pretty awesome ideas if you just give them back the keys to their own magic briefcase. And if you need a little help getting started, by the way, I highly recommend a butter knife. Thank you.